Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Zeroed In, aka Jericho. I'm bringing you another team deathmatch, this time on Nuketown. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't get a lot of good gameplay on Nuketown because I just hate Nuketown. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is. It's a small map, and it's so small that the spawns are very erratic, and it kind of requires your team to really be playing with you and playing somewhat defensively, because if they push too hard to the other side, then the enemy team's spawn will switch, and then they'll be hitting you in the back. So normally this spawning mechanic works just fine on larger maps or normal size maps, but Nuketown, it's very unpredictable, and therefore there is no real hard and fast way that I've found to get an amazing score on Nuketown. Even if you just sit in a corner and camp, it will not do you any good, because eventually the spawns will flip, and I mean, it just, when it comes down to it, in my opinion, I think it just takes a lot of luck. So I'm using the M16 with the plain old red dot sight, and as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I prefer the plain red dot sight on the M16 over any sort of different reticles that you can get, and that's mostly just because I feel like the red dot sight on the M16, just the plain one, gives it that perfect, precise aim point that you really need, because it's so laser accurate. I mean, yeah, it does have a little bit of recoil, I suppose, but the M16 is really great for taking people out at longer mid-range to very long range, and it does a perfect job. I'd say it's one of the most balanced weapons in the game. The downside is, of course, your short range, your CQC. It's going to suffer a little bit due to the burst fire, and it's not quite as powerful in this one as it has been in previous Call of Duties, but you can still get plenty of one burst kills with it. Same with the G11, but I gotta be honest with you guys, I like the M16 just because I can put so many more options on it. I love being able to put a suppressor on a weapon, even though I really haven't been doing that much lately, but I also I really like having a red dot sight on some of these weapons. It never really used to matter to me much in Modern Warfare 2. I felt like not only were all of the iron sights pretty decent for the most part, but the weapons were so powerful that it really didn't require expert aim, and I feel like in this one it really kind of, you need to be very precise with your shots, and a red dot sight really helps find an enemy, locate an enemy, and then still have your peripheral vision. You don't have to aim down stupid looking ghost sights and all this stuff. So anyways, like I said, there's no real hard and fast rule on Nuketown. Basically, what I usually try to do is try to do what I do on every other map. Really try to focus on counterattacking, and this is one map where you can afford to be a little bit more aggressive, but always make sure you are watching your back on this one. This is not a map to just sit and wait. Not that any map is, but it's really not a map to just kind of sit behind cover and wait for something to happen, because unfortunately, like I said, spawns will flip, your teammates won't guard you. There's so much crap that can happen that it's just not worth trying to play very defensively on this map. So try to counterattack enemies when you see them light up. Use your visual cues more than you normally would. I wouldn't even bother with sound cues all that much, because there is no mystery as to where the enemy is. They're either they're on the other side of the map. Period. There's no real there's no good way to find them on this one. It's just too close quarters. So just do your best. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I happen to get lucky and have a good game on this, and I think ultimately that is what it comes down to. Either you're playing complete noobs, or you just get really lucky. And sometimes luck is a factor in this game. I mean, I can't really deny that. To say that it's all just skill is a complete lie. It really is. And if any other YouTubers tell you that, it's probably a complete lie. I mean, yeah, it is possible to be more skilled than most people, but when it comes down to it, you'll still have average games, or you still have, at a bare minimum, somewhat lower kill-death ratios. I mean, I tend not to ever drop below a 3 or a 4 kill-death ratio in just about any game, unless I'm having a really terrible game, in which case I'll usually just quit if we're getting stomped that hard, or if I'm just having a really bad day. But Yeah, for the most part, I don't. It's not like I go, 40-0 every single game. That just doesn't happen. I wish it did, but I think it's more important to focus on being consistent, learning good tactics, learning good strategies, and that's kind of why I want to help teach some of you guys some of those things. And I know this isn't exactly a good match to do that on because Nuketown's not that good for strategy, but I will include a link at the bottom of this video to my Universal Tactics video, and I feel like that's a great one to really get you started if you just have no clue where to start in this game, or this game is just really frustrating you. I feel like it's a good place to begin and really start focusing on playing the game intelligently, not just having the best reflexes, because you can have all the reflexes in the world, but if you run around like an idiot, you're still gonna die. And as you can see in my games, I don't really have the best reflexes, I don't really have the best aim, I don't have the best connection, but all of these things don't necessarily matter as much as playing intelligently, playing with your brain. I think that's really important. And that's pretty much it, guys. End of the game, and I believe the score was 33-2. Thank you very much for watching, and rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you liked it. Thanks.